Hello and welcome to episode 3 of the Georgia DUI Defense Podcast. As always, I'm your host, Tyler Moffitt. Today we're discussing 3 facts you should know about field sobriety tests in Georgia. Now this post is the first in a series of posts to discuss field sobriety tests for Georgia DUI cases. We've all seen videos of field sobriety tests gone bad. What most people do not know is that these tests are designed to make you fail and to provide evidence for a conviction. As you may know, it's difficult to pass these tests even while sober. For instance, if I were to ask you to say your ABCs backwards right now, could you? I didn't think so. Now the first fact is the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration has only approved 3 field sobriety tests that they claim can scientifically show that you may be intoxicated. So there's only 3 tests approved. They are the horizontal gaze nystagmus test, better known as the eye test, the one-leg stand test, and the walk and turn test. Now I'll discuss all 3 of those tests later on in these podcasts. But for today, we're just doing the facts. Now, the second fact is that you do not have to take these field sobriety tests. When the police ask you to provide evidence against yourself, you are permitted to refuse. I would suggest you do this politely. Often, the police will disguise the request for field sobriety tests to make you feel awkward if you refuse. I've heard stories of defendants who were asked if the police officer could just look at their eyes, which that sounds reasonable. However, when you let the officer look in your eyes, he is administering a test. Now finally, the third and final fact today is the tests are designed to make you fail and prove that you are drunk. The police spend a significant a portion of their training each year on proper administration of field sobriety tests. They spend hours practicing giving the instructions, what to watch for, how to perform them perfectly, and how to testify about your performance at trial. It's very important to know that they are looking for clues as soon as they start interacting with you. So, for instance, just giving you the instructions is part of their test. How do you react to those instructions? They look for clues even before you start the test. Like I said, the instructions. Now, these tests are not pass-fail. They are just looking for very specific behaviors that are clues that you may be drunk. So anything you do or say can be a clue to them. Now remember these things if you're ever pulled over. Every case is different, and there may be specific defenses for your particular case. That's why it's so important to contact an experienced DUI attorney as soon as you can so they can get started on your case. Well, that's all I have for you today, and thank you for listening again, and I'll see you again next week.